Hi guys, I'd like to welcome you guys all back to Plan with Melanin. Today we are doing another Shopcast where it's basically me having a virtual diary. I'm trying to figure out how to make this into the podcast option that it gives me on this channel. But I just want to sit here and talk to you guys about today's topic. Today's topic is how I planned 2024 for my business. And I just want to start off by saying that this is just me kind of chronicling how I'm learning about running a business and things of that nature. But I think that the hardest thing of 2023 for me was trying to balance life's happenings with also running my business and keeping everything up to date. Last year was the worst sales year of Melanin Eclectic, but also we had a lot of wins for last year. Like, that was the first year we did Comic Palooza. That was the first year that I put out my digital planners. You know, there were still wins within the month. It's just that life, my personal life with my family and stuff, we were really, put through a lot of different things last year. And so I personally could not balance. I could not balance taking care of myself, being there for my family, trying to keep my house, trying to work on my job, and trying to run my business. And a lot of different parts of that whole thing suffered a lot last year because I felt like I could not catch my bearing. And so by the time that I announced that I would not be putting out a planner last year, I had reached the point where I was trying to remind myself to give myself grace and to just work forward and move forward and just do what I can do. And that's how we got the digital planners. But also around that time, I had made the decision. The original plan was that me and my friend Kara, who helps me a lot with my business, who wants to be a virtual assistant. So if anybody wants to help her establish herself as a virtual assistant, send me a message so we can help our girl out. But yeah, we were supposed to kind of have this big meeting in November. We were supposed to kind of look at the books, look at the numbers, see which direction we wanted to go for 2020 with Melanin Eclectic. Because I know, for me personally, 2024 is the year whether or not I determine to keep going with my business or to close Melanin Eclectic shop down and just not have a shop for a while and just do limited releases, which is still an option, but it's not something I want to really consider until 2025. But unfortunately, if you've watched any of my videos in the last couple months or last couple videos, you will know that November is when everything went to poo in my family life, and we ended up having to deal with a lot. And at that point, I kind of just mentally shut down. I could not function. I could not even run my business. I remember I shut my business down for 2 months, almost 2 months. And during the time that I shut my business down, I felt awful for shutting my business down. But also I knew that I had not been giving everything to my business. And even when I opened back up my business in January, I also felt like I'm still not able to give my business the love and attention that it deserves. And I know that it's not working. And so I set up a plan. So I actually sat down and filled out my planner. I actually left my other planner upstairs. So in my old planner from last year, in the back of it, like I always do with the extra pages, I started freaking out because I needed a place to just brain dump. I have notes here. I needed a place to just brain dump. So the first thing that I did was I brain dumped. I brain dumped everything from the shows that I wanted to vend at, the fact that I wanted a new layout for my vending shows, the fact that I wanted to start working on my recording space and giving myself better lighting, which I hope for this video, you guys can tell me whether or not you've noticed a difference in the lighting of my videos, because I feel like this is really giving. I knew that I wanted to start including TikTok in my sales ideas because whether I like it or not, social media on that kind of level, it could just bring people to my shop. It might not necessarily bring sales, but it might bring people to my shop. I also knew that I wanted to look into learning about marketing. I also knew that I needed to make time for my own personal me, for me and my growth as a person. So I started brain dumping everything. It's even down to the fact of Melanin Eclectic, we are getting a sublimation printer this year. And so we wanted to look at the type of products. We first wanted to start off with sublimation printer. I have a laser cutter machine upstairs. And so not only was I looking at it from like a personal perspective, like we got to build my gallery wall. And I want to make little doors of certain fantasy worlds and stuff, right? These are type of things is not only is it personal, but I can also sell it. I even looked at my planner. I wanted to do a planner, calendar, even an advent calendar box. These are things I want to do for 2024. But like I had to go through and really like line up everything and write everything out and just basically like word vomit until I felt that everything in my head was out onto my paper. Which actually took a while. I mean, I was in bed from the 26th until like the 4th of January. And then after that, I had to deal with the bug bite. So I had a lot of downtime. And so I was trying, I spent a lot of time just writing out everything. And then I took that and I drew out some small calendars in my bullet journal. Cause again, you know, I like to like pre-plan stuff before I put it in pen. And I laid out the fact that, you know, like we needed to set schedules and time frames for myself. So I determined that, you know, how many releases this year do I think that I can handle as Melanin Eclectic that won't make me feel overwhelmed? Because I realized that monthly releases were not working for me because I was not pulling in enough customers to kind of justify the cost of coming out with new products on that caliber. Plus I realized like I have not really been engaging with the customers that I already have, with the support that I already have. I have not been truly engaging with them. So that literally presented two problems for me. And I knew that engagement also involved me kind of getting back into social media and kind of putting my content creator hat back on, back when I was really trying to get the 4,000 subscribers or the 4,000 watch hours and all that stuff. Like when I was in my content creator bag, I have to step back into that arena, but I have to step back into that arena with a sense of planning. And so I planned out all my releases for this year, including when I want to release the planner, including when I want to release the calendar, including when I want to release everything that I want to release, including starting to show the design for the next Eda bag. So I set dates for the entire year, which is daunting to me because last year I set up just kind of January. This year I set up mainly the whole year in terms of what I planned on releasing, and not just like, oh, here's the date that I'm gonna make this available. I wrote down the exact products that I want to release for each release. And then on a separate sheet, I wrote down, I'm gonna give you an example. For example, I wrote down that I wanted to release the planners. I wanted to announce the planners in August, and I wanted to open up planner sales in September. But I also stated that I needed the drawings done by April, because I needed to make sure that I had enough time to find manufacturers to produce this planner, because I'm tired of making the planners at home. Like, that's just real. I'm tired of making the planners at home. It's just not working. In order for me to feel like I had a plan, I picked a theme. I'm not going to tell you the theme yet. I picked a theme, and then I wrote out 14 different ideas for each month, or 14 different ideas to encompass the months and the potential covers. Then I went through and I wrote out descriptions of the vision that I have for each one of the drawings. To me, this level of detail is calming, in a sense of if you are any type of creative, you know that sometimes you get major blockage, right? And you know that I need to make sure that my thing is still going. Okay, it's still going. You also know that those roadblocks or art blocks are serious. It's hard for me to get an art block when I've already written down the vision that I have for what I want to draw. And so I did that for everything that I want to release, except for a couple of items, because a couple of items I want to do some research, especially the things that I know will require like the sublimation printer, like for the tote bags. I want to understand the way that color works with sublimation printers. And so I did not fully write out the vision for what I want these bags to look like. It's more so I just knew that I want tote bags, and I know that I want 3 designs this year. So that's how it works. After I did that, I also had to look at social media. I had to look at the fact that I need to create more engagement, and to create more engagement is consistency. For me, there are people that can post every day. I love that for them. Go for it. I, however, cannot, because I have a lot of other obligations. My job, though, I know you guys, for anybody who's known me for a while, y'all know that my previous job sucked. This new job, while I have a very supportive, wonderful supervisor, it's a lot more demanding than my old job. And so I'm not able to work on stuff during the day like I used to be with my other job. This job is a lot more hands-on, so I have to really manage the time that I have, because on top of my full-time job, I also need to make sure that I'm working out again. I also need to make sure that I'm taking time out to journal, to read, and, take time out for myself. So it's a lot of planning. So I was like, what can I as a single entrepreneur at this time, what am I able to handle? And I said I can handle 1 post, 2 reels a week. For now, we're trying that. 1 post, 2 reels a week. Then I'm taking those same reels and I'm recycling them over to TikTok. So on my Melanin Eclectic and Shop Melanin Eclectic channel, we are working under the thing of 1 post, 2 reels. That translates to 4 TikToks. So I am working smarter, not harder. I am editing my reels outside of Instagram and TikTok. I'm doing that on CapCut, just because CapCut I don't have to deal with the drama of like the little thing posting showing that it's from a different thing. And I still get to post the same content, and I feel like I'm good. I feel like it's okay. So that's what we're trying for social media. It's going to have to be evaluated every month, because I actually planned out the first 3 months of the year of what I want to post as content. And what I've quickly learned, because we're already in February, is that I can't fully plan out each month that early, because there are a lot of different things that can happen in the month that I might want to showcase or might want to talk about. And so I need to kind of leave space open for that to stick, because I don't want to post more than what I've scheduled for myself. I want to continue to post 1 post, 2 reels. So I have to have some flexibility in there to where if I need to move a reel to another week because I want to post something else, it works. And so that's what I mean by saying, like, I have been planning for my business to take off. And so I've also been kind of just researching social media and the way that people have been responding to business things. And I know that keeping a mixture of personal and business on your business stuff makes it more relatable for consumers to like see you and hear you. And so I have been trying to figure out how to do that, considering that I have 2 separate Instagrams. And so I've basically created 2 separate posting vibes. So on my Shop Melanin Eclectic, you are going to get shop stuff, but you are going to get little moments where I'm showing you behind the scenes, where I'm showing you me as a business owner. And whereas Melanin Eclectic, I'm showing you just Brittany and the things that I'm doing in my life, and treating it like a virtual diary instead of just like posting random things. So you'll probably start to notice that I'm going to start deleting a lot of videos and stuff off of both of those, just to curate how I want it to look. But again, these are plans that I've written down on paper in explicit detail. I will try to insert like pictures so you can see like how crazy I wrote everything down, and they're also color coded and everything. And I have to change all of them because January we did not hit our goal because of life. And so again, the mission this month is consistency and trying to handle life and business, because I need to be able to do both. I can't like be put down for the count on my business every time life happens. Like, I'm not going to be able to grow if I can't keep that going, which is also why I'm pre-recording. So this is why y'all gonna see me in the same jacket situation, because yeah. Hey, this is Brittany taking a break from our regular scheduled Shopcast to remind you that MelaninEclectic.com has all of your stationery needs. We put the black in fantasy. We give you the stickers to organize your mind, body, and soul. Perfect for journaling and everything in between. This year, as we have a promise for consistency to ourselves, we are also trying to give you consistency of a great product. Head over to MelaninEclectic.com, leave a comment down below, tell me what you're thinking, and let's get back to our regularly scheduled Shopcast. So the next thing that I had to look at was my ideal work week. So on top of having my 9 to 5 job, you guys know that I run Melanin Eclectic. And when I first started running Melanin Eclectic, I would run myself ragged. So I would work from every morning I would wake up at 4, get to the gym no later than 4:30, work out. Well, no, I'm sorry, I lied. I used to get up at 3:30. Get to the gym by 4, work out till 5, take a shower, get dressed, get in my car to get to work by 5:30, get to work at 6, work till 3:30, come home, take a breather for like 30 minutes, cook dinner, and then work from like 6:30 to like 11, 12:30 at night, and then wake up and do it all over again. That was terrible. It was great for my business. It was terrible for Brittany. And so to create a better balance, I have actually created like a work schedule. So I fill orders on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. But if I don't have any orders on those days, the goal is to actually get on my Instagram stories and start showing you guys things that I'm drawing. Because Tuesdays and Thursdays are content days for me, whether I'm doing stuff with Black Pros, whether I'm doing stuff for just me, but I'm also drawing. So on Mondays, that's admin day. That's when we're looking at emails, clean out the email inbox, sending stuff back and forth to Kara, setting up our calendar. Monday is my admin day for the week. So I'm also making sure that I'm covering like tax information and all that stuff. That's Monday. Like I said, Tuesday and Thursday is fill order kind of days. Wednesday is a day off from Melanin Eclectic. That is when I spend the afternoon. I usually have therapy on Wednesday afternoons or Wednesday evenings. So, I might choose to like take a hot bubble bath or play video games. Whatever I want to do on Wednesday, it's fine. I'm off. Thursdays is a design day. On Friday, I call that the catch-all day. So if there was something that I did not finish for the week, that's what Friday is for. I do not work on Saturdays, and on Sundays, the only thing that I do is schedule. So make sure that all my social media stuff is scheduled for the week. That's all I'm doing. And I think that's going to work better for me because that means that I'm not spending all of my time at home just working on Melanin Eclectic. Like, I'll have time to clean up. I'll have time to do laundry. And so my house won't get away from me because real talk, living in a house, like you gotta do stuff every day. And so, that and the fact that, again, I am working on myself and you got to devote time to that. And I think that schedule's going to work. I'm going to let y'all know how that schedule works as I do it. I plan on doing it for at least 2 months before I tell you. But, like, that was something that I also set up. Like, I'm setting myself up to have a schedule. It sounds kind of like a rigid schedule, but I did leave breathing room in there for other things. I personally do not do very well when I step away from routines, but I'm trying to work on being more flexible, which is very, very hard for me to do, but I'm trying. So the other thing that I wrote out is what I call the master list. So the master list is the list of everything that I need to have drawn because I am the artist of my shop, and I have decided that for this year, I'm not outsourcing my drawings. So you guys know that Simone and her siblings have been outsourced for a while, actually. But I put a pause on that. I will not be outsourcing. In fact, we're not going to have too many shop sibling designs this year because I'm actually working on redesigning them as a whole while also looking for another artist because I want another artist to handle the shop siblings in their entirety. But we're focusing on that later. For now, Brittany is drawing everything, and my art improvement this year is backgrounds. So I have a long list of drawings based on their due dates of what I need to draw. And I'm supposed to not veer off the list, but I have many, many times already. And I'm trying to get back on the list. So that's why we're going live once a month so you guys can see like where I'm at on the list. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm at the very beginning right now. But we're gonna work through this because we have to. We don't have a choice. Because without these drawings and this art, we don't get products. And I have dreams and we gotta work hard at them. So I do have a master list. It is not as daunting as you think. I've actually broken it up by months and by product type. So it's not as daunting as you think it is. It's just, for me, it's overwhelming because I know that if I skip days drawing, like I will set myself behind because it is a lot drawing and it is what it is, but we'll have to work past it. So the other thing that I have to work on as a person, this is kind of just like a life lesson in general, but as a person, I have to work on outsourcing. And so I want to outsource some of the products that we're going to be having for Comic Palooza. Not only that, my friend Kara is more than happy and willing and wanting to help me with social media. And so I want to do that. So that's why I have the social media schedule, or luckily I have the social media schedule already created so that I can also outsource it for when I need help and when I need help scheduling things. So I say all of that to say, like, I still enjoy running my business. I just realized that there are a lot of things that have to change in order for me to deem running the business the way that it is still doable. Like, Melanin Eclectic will never cease to exist. We will continue to evolve, and I will continue to trademark each evolution of Melanin Eclectic. But for the stationary shop-wise part, I'm going to be real. We need more revenue. Melanin Eclectic needs to get back to being fully self-sustaining, and Melanin Eclectic needs to continue like producing her own products. Brittany is producing a lot of the products this year until we get more revenue, and so I'm very picky about what we're putting out because that's coming out of my fund money, because y'all know I'm also back on my cash envelope situation, and so there's literally a section of my budget now that includes like Melanin Eclectic, and I would like to take that tab back off my personal budget and send it over to Melanin Eclectic. So fingers crossed for a much more successful year, not only in my business but in life. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this is I guess we're gonna call that the end of the Shopcast of today. What are your thoughts? What are some things that you would like to see Melanin Eclectic do? I am investing in a vlogging camera because I cannot record on my phone. It's just too much. I want to do it in better quality. And so I am investing in a camera, and I am super nervous, but this will not be, I have not decided the way that we're going to do office vlogs. We've got a lot to work on, but I hope that y'all are going to stay with me on this journey, and I hope that y'all enjoy the video. I hope that y'all enjoyed the quick little background planner things y'all saw. I tried to keep that included because I know y'all like seeing the stuff that I work on. So these are from the videos that I did not get to post last month, but I still wanted to use the content. So yeah, so I don't have a sign off yet. So I'm going to just say, stay beautiful. Bye.